Heyo, what is good? Make sure this jaunt working. I'm testing a new type of stream. It's gonna look like poo poo caca for a second. Heyo. What's up? Sign into chat, bro. I am me. What do I gotta sign in myself? Brother. Jesus freaking Christy. Okay. Sorry, y'all. One sec. Someone just sent me an RJ video. So now it's stuck in my head. Hearing that live was crazy. Open the Google app and tap yes. I'm trying to tap yes, y'all. Resend it. Let's go. Oh my goodness. This is so silly. Whatever. I don't think I really need that tight shit. There it goes. Okay. Stinky and stupid. That should work. What's up? I'm chilling for a sec. I'm about to eat and then I'm gonna play a freaking board game. If this wants to work. Bro, sorry. Testing some little shit out. You know I'm testing a little bit of shit out. Okay, that's just not gonna work. Whatever. I guess I'll do it on my phone like a freaking loser. Where'd you get the skeleton posters from? Amazon. You know how I get it? A little bit of Amazon vibe. I'm gonna start eating in a sec here. There we go. Maybe I should do this way. What is up? I'm eating some food. A little sneak peek to what's going on. Whoop! Yep. Guess what that is? It's some weird, whack ass veggie patty thing. Oh shit! The sriracha just exploded. I don't feel like making a whole sandwich. So I'm just eating the patties. What's up? Happy Wednesday. All my plans got canceled for the day, so I ended up doing some other little things, some other projects for other people. And for those who don't know, I've been really into board games recently. Not like Monopoly and stuff, but you know when you go to Target and you go to the game section and there's all these board games you've never seen in your life? Looks like dried out Salisbury steak. Yeah, I put it in the toaster. I don't know what I'm doing. But anyways, what was I gonna say? Yeah, so I'm gonna try out like a little board game. I'm gonna play it like on stream. Let me see if I can get my chat back up. If it's possible. There you go. But that future Gohan video made me cry. Dude, thank you. Have you ever listened to my music, by the way? My real music? I'm putting out a song in a couple days. My man Jaron, I told you about my obsession with the board games when they first started. I am playing this solo board game I'm about to called Gloomhaven Buttons and Bugs. I'm gonna do this. Woo! It's a small box game, and it's a board game for one person, and it's kind of like call it like a dungeon crawler. You have a little figure, and you're rolling dice, and you're trying to like destroy the monsters in it. Very confusing. I spent the last 2 days just looking up how to play it. Finally got some time. Well, I literally bought it yesterday, so I can't say that, but I couldn't go to the gym this morning, so I just went on a walk. And on the walk, I literally just looked up videos on how to play the game. So I'm super excited. You know, at first I thought, I mean, honestly, like board game culture is like obviously very nerdy and whatever. And at first I was a little embarrassed to get into it, the hobby. I don't need to wear these. They're blue light glasses. To get into the hobby as a whole, because there's not a lot of people like me in the hobby that maybe look or act like me. At least I thought so. So I just felt, like maybe it wasn't really for me, but I'm getting a lot of my friends into it, and we're having a lot of fun. And it's almost like at the end of the day, if you're just doing things that you like with your friends, it's fun. So I'm doing a lot of gaming with, if you guys know Hello World, his real name's Drew. He's like really into video game, well, like the same type of fantasy video games, aesthetic vibe. So we ended up kind of linking on that. The only thing is, I mean, you just have to be like not that this is good or bad, but it just takes a certain kind of person to be into video games. And, not everyone in your life is going to like that the same way it takes a certain type of person to really like sports or to really like golf. That's literally a sport. Don't know why I said that. Or to really like music or to really like movies, And I never want to bring someone along who is just kind of not into it. Of course you want to do things with people who really, really like it too. But I found that most of my friends are open to it. And again, it's kind of hard getting past the like really nerdy, geeky aspect of the culture in general. And on top of that, the theme of a lot of these, like literally the aesthetic of a lot of these games, are, a little silly too, like warriors and dungeons and fairies, and like just imagine World of Warcraft, like the entire culture and scene of board games kind of revolves around that sort of aesthetic, and I don't really like that personally. I'm way more into like the cartoony, cute aesthetic and animation style and illustration style. So this game is going to be the first game that I bought that kind of veers away from the sort of aesthetic that I like. And it sounds stupid, but for me, team easy. For me, the theme, just the aesthetic, not even the mechanic of the game, just the vibe, is the most important to me. I have the most fun, It's hard for me to get into a game that I don't like the art style. I'm going to play the game in a little bit, obviously. Just finishing food. I've found that whether a game is really simple or really complicated, as long as there's a good like storyline in the game, and as long as I like the art, I'm probably going to like the game, because I really like playing as another character and sort of being through this adventure and this puzzle, sort of like acting like this character, It's like why most people play video games, it's like a little bit of escapism where they get to be another person, you know, and be in another world, and even have different laws, you know, and other people. Gavin Spoon, what's good, bro? Track is dropping Friday. Super stoked for that. So anyways, yeah, I'm gonna play this game for a little bit. I got this top-down camera. We're gonna hit him with a gameplay. This is a solo board game. It might sound weird, but I'm sure you guys already play a bunch of solo board games. If you've played Solitaire, you know, it's like a card game. It's a solo card game. If you play Sudoku, if you play crossword puzzles, these are all solo board games. On top of that, if you play solo video games, or like adventure mode, story mode video games, it's the same thing, except that obviously everything isn't automatic. You know, when a monster attacks you, it's not like an AI thing. It's a roll of a dice instead. Instead of moving forward on your joystick, you finally have donors. Dude, thank you. I finally am monetized on YouTube. I really appreciate that, bro. It means a lot. Thank you. I was monetized for a little bit, but the content that I make, you know, the sad anime stuff, it's copyrighted content. So my whole channel as a whole became non-monetized, demonetized, whatever it's called. And that's it. I just got demonetized and I wasn't able to make money. So basically, I had to reapply for monetization and kind of just promised them I wouldn't do that anymore. So that's that. Kind of a soft ending to all the anime videos, all the sad cartoon videos, at least on YouTube, because I really see a future with me and YouTube, and a little bit with streaming. I know it's not as how do I say it? It's not my biggest platform, of course, but I really like the long form of YouTube, and I really like the community on YouTube, and I really like the longevity of the culture that you build on YouTube. Skibbity, what's good, bro? So that being said, I really have to steer away from copyrighted content, at least on YouTube. So all the sad cartoon videos or the Midwest emo, things like that. I'm really glad I was able to kind of get my name out there, but this is water. I'm on my gym bro shit. 2 large artists that listen to your music. Oh, that's cool. Who is it? I'm always down to know for anyone who listens to my music. But usually people who listen to my music, then they realize that I produce for other artists, and they're like, oh, I want you to produce for me too. So, all right, I'm going to be gross, and I'm going to just put this aside on my table. That's a little scary. I'm going to put it on the ground like a fucking heathen. Just behind me. Because I don't want to go all the way to the kitchen for that when I'm streaming. So, I'm going to be streaming for a little bit, and the plan is, let me do this. I'm going to pull something up to help me get through this. The plan to help me is, not the plan to help me, excuse me. The plan is I'm going to play a solo board game If you imagine, you don't need to imagine, but it's a board game for one. You don't battle anyone else. You're going against the dealer, I guess you could say. So here we go. I'm gonna actually, I guess I can just have this like that, and I'm gonna zoom in a little bit. I wish I could. I kind of want to have like the rules to this game up on the side so you can kind of see it. Dope shirt, thank you, Boston, my homie. But here we go. Okay, I got my top-down camera. It's a little bit crooked, and the lighting is not great. And I'm just kind of having fun. I just wanted to stream while I play this game for the first time. And I hope you guys enjoy me playing this. I think I'm gonna have a lot of fun, and I love board games, and I'd love to stream that more often. Obviously, all my videos have to do with music and me being a musician, but you know, it's kind of work, and so this is kind of my hobby outside of music, is board games. So anyways, here we go. We're playing Gloomhaven. It's called Gloomhaven Buttons and Bugs. The original Gloomhaven game is a fucking massive box. Like a huge like treasure chest box, and it's like $180 game or something. Might be a $200 game. And there's all these cards, and there's all these boards, and there's all these players and all these rules, and the book to play it is like a fucking Bible. Okay, and since that game, there's such a huge community around that game, but it's so expensive, and it's pretty hard to get into because it's so difficult and expensive. They made a smaller, more, I don't want to just say affordable. It's only $20, but at the same time, it's easier to get into. Still really fucking confusing. Don't get me wrong. By all means, this is a very confusing game. This is not like Scrabble or Yahtzee or anything like that. But if you think about it, some of the games that we all know are already pretty confusing, like Monopoly. Monopoly is a pretty confusing game. If an alien came down from another world and you had to teach them how to play Monopoly, you would be like, okay, there's kind of a lot we need to start with. So this one's pretty difficult, but I'm going to start, I saw your other shorts about solo board games, and it looked pretty fun. Yeah, man. I deleted all those. I tried to do some board game stuff. I kind of had an interesting idea of, like, using my sound for that. But anyways, here we go. Gloomhaven Buttons and Bugs. So it all fits in this little box. Here's the booklet on how to play it. These are damage counters. I'll kind of talk about them in a second. These are monsters, and they're also modifiers. These are your cards that you attack with. These are your characters. They're miniatures. This is a modifier dice. These are more HP counters. Oops. I also just love messing around with things. I love Legos. I love keyboards, building keyboards. It's just really cool. So off topic, but how you been? This is not off topic at all, bro. I've been really good, honestly. The past couple of weeks, past couple of days specifically, have been really good. Hanging out with my girlfriend a lot, and things are going really well with her. We've been together for 4 years. I've been hanging out with my friends a lot, playing board games with them. On Tuesday, or Monday? No, Tuesday, I was with 5 people playing a game called Tiny Little Dinosaurs, and then we're playing a game called Escape the Dark Castle. Really fucking fun. Highly suggest that game to anyone wanting to just get into board games they've never heard of before. I've only played it 3 times now, but it's super fun. And it's a cooperative game, so you're not playing against each other. You're playing with each other to try and get through the castle. Sounds stupid, me explaining, just like every other thing. But then, I have a song coming out Friday, and the song went a little bit viral on Instagram and TikTok, and it's making me very excited that and Twitter too. Like everywhere I posted it, it's doing really well. And for a little bit, you know, I haven't had anything like explode with my actual music, and since Is This What You Wanted? And I don't think this song's gonna explode, but it has legs. You know, even before the release, I can see a lot of people just like the song. People who don't even know who I am, they're just like, this sounds cool. You know, and that's like a really great thing to have before a release. You know, so I'm gonna try and keep that momentum going. It drops in 2 days. You know, so I'll start posting more after that. And I really love the song too. That's hard. That's hard for that to come together, to release a song and for people to really love it too, for you to love it and for other people to love it. And it's just really cool, you know. I haven't been producing for as many people as much lately. I was super busy for a little bit. I'm still producing for a couple artists right now, and I have some other sessions ready to go. But that's okay, because it's really busy doing all that stuff. And I've just been really leaning into enjoying my life, you know, and having fun with or without music, you know. So it's been awesome. And also, there's just a lot of cool things coming up too. I'm working on an album. I have a lot of cool things ready for that. I should be working on that right now, but I'm not. I'm playing board games on the internet. I reposted 3 or 4 times on my story. I freaking love the beginning riff. I hope you like the rest of it. I love it. I've posted clips of the song months ago when it was just an idea, and everyone liked that too when it wasn't even what it is now. So, like I said, it just feels good. Okay, back to this board game. So these are basically your attack properties, and these are the monster attack properties for depending on how many monsters you go against. And these are just these are if you're hurt or damaged, or there's something you got to remember, you know, a little counter on there. So those aren't as important. Okay, so the main idea of the game is, here, let me get this. Again, this is a solo board game, y'all. You just play it by yourself. I'm doing it right now. You have scenarios, they call them, which is kind of a stupid name. But I'm going to call them rooms or dungeon rooms. And it's hard to see. Let me get a little. There we go. This is a map. And so you start somewhere, and there's monsters, and you roll to get close to the monsters, and then you attack the monsters, and they attack you. And you either have to kill the monsters to go to the next room, or you have to complete some other goal, you know, depending on what it says or what that certain room makes you do. And in this deck, there's 20 rooms, which is kind of insane. Also, let me make this a little clearer. I think that's it. I think I learned about In My Room after I saw you live. That's awesome. I didn't know you produced it until the acoustic, and you seen you play it, and it started making so much sense. Yes, I'm Julia Wolf's producer. She has an album coming out at the end of this month, technically, at the end of May. I produced the whole thing. It's quite the honor, and if you like the album, then that means a lot. Gonna watch for like 10 more minutes. I got exams. Do your thing. I mean, I'm just chilling. Definitely get ready for your exams. So again, you go through each room, and you kind of, I don't expect anyone to play this in one setting, because there's so many rooms. There's 20 rooms, and each room might take 15 or 20 minutes to get through. But then that's it. So you kind of go through one room at a time, and then you stop and put it away, and then do the next one. So I'm just gonna sort of get the game ready to play, and then I'm just gonna play one game, I think, and we'll be good to go. So this is my first time playing it, although I have opened all this up and kind of looked how to play it, and just looked through scenarios online and things like that. So these are the attack cards. This is what you attack with, depending on what character you choose to start the game. Really like your original stuff, and you've produced for others. Very much anticipating both releases. Thanks so much, dude. Yeah, the release on... these are the monster cards. The release on Friday is going to be awesome. It's a collab with Andy Czek. If you guys know him, Andy Czek is the singer for so many bands. Macari, Monuments. He's singing for A Lot Like Birds now. Yeah. Alright, I think there's something I am not getting right. I unfortunately was shuffling these cards, but I was not supposed to when I first opened it. I just thought it would be fun. I love Andy. Yes, like I said, we went on tour together last year with Macari. I went on tour with Macari. It was a blast and a half. It was for a whole month around the entire nation of America, and it was great. It was a great fun time. Got better at screaming through him. Me too. I took his online course, and it was kind of embarrassing to be like, "Hey Andy, I'm a big fan. I like your music, and also, like, I took your online course," you know. But we were talking about like vocal stuff during tour too. Okay, I'm screwing something up there, but all right. And to start the game, you get to choose what monster you want to be, what character you want to be. Just like any game, you can choose your character. So this guy, actually, I'm just gonna bring the John down a little bit. Skirt. Nice. All right, so let's see some characters we could start with for the game. I wonder if I should just put it on some auto thing. All right, that looks so stupid because it's literally right in my face. I'm an idiot. There you go. All right, we could start with Cragheart. Okay, that's it. I'm putting this on autofocus. I don't know what I'm doing. Continuous AF. Dude, this focus is continuous AF. Okay, so we could start with, there you go, Cragheart. Looks kind of crazy. We could start with Bruiser. He looks kind of cool too. Spellweaver, kind of a bad bitch type of vibe. Tinkerer. Oh, we got a smartass. Mind Thief. Oh, this little fucker. Got some cool earrings on his ears, though. I'm kind of with it. I'm kind of with Mind Thief. Silent Knife. Okay, she's holding the twin blades. I like that. I like that. And that's it. Those are the characters you can play for as a game. Now, they each have different difficulty levels, and since this is literally my first time playing this, I'm going to choose one of the 3 lowest complexity, and I've heard Cragheart is supposed to be the easiest. So we're going to go with Cragheart. Okay. All right. So we are going to take our... Let me move all this shit out the way. We don't need a lot of this. So I'm going to take my Cragheart piece, my mini miniature right here. And you could paint these if you want. That's like a big part of the hobby, is painting these. But these bitches is so small. Is it gonna fucking focus? No, focus. These bitches are so small. That would be very difficult to paint, but maybe I'll do it one day. This is not something I'm particularly interested in or very capable, but I'm gonna find the piece that is the crag heart. This doesn't really matter, but it's just fun to get the right guy. It looks like this guy. It would be cool to get like a camera that's closer somehow in the future. All right. So I'm gonna be Cragheart. Let's go. Let's freaking go. I'll put this, put all this stuff over here. Don't need to see it. Hey, dope stream. Gotta head out later. Thanks for the donation, dog. I appreciate it. I appreciate you. All right. So here's my character. I'm gonna be Cragheart, and this is their. Put all this shit over here again, so it doesn't get confusing. It's not in the way. Here's my little guy, my little character. What is this? Oh, these are cables. And this is my attack, defense, all that stuff. All right. And then I need my HP. So here's how I keep track of my health. I have this little counter, and I just spin it. So you know, if you're in a video game and you get hit, it's like, ooh, oh, whoops, the other way. You know what I'm saying? All right, so this starts at 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10. Wait, I'm confused. Is this one not the right one? Oh, it's probably on the other side because I'm a freaking ding dong. There it is. All right, so since I'm starting and I'm a level 1, he has 12 hit points, or I have 12 hit points. So here we go. Wait, what the fuck? 9, 8. I think I gotta flip him over type shit. That's so interesting how that works. Like I said, it's my first time playing. All right, so there's my HP. This is my health. Cool. That's my health. So I picked my character, and it's time to play the game. And the game is, you know, what you would say like a dungeon crawler. So the objective is to go through each room of the dungeon and make sure you kill all the monsters, get all the items, do all those sort of things, and then you go into the next room of the dungeon and you just keep crawling through the dungeon like that. Okay, I am gonna set up. This is how I keep track of that type shit. And I have the rules in front of me just in case I forget. But there we go. And then also for these cards, I wish I could sort of double screen this. Looks like I kind of can. My bad, y'all. Like I said, I am an idiot. Oh, you know what I can do? I can preview this and have it in the corner. God, I am so freaking smart and handsome. Hold on. No, wrong button. There we go. All right, we're lit, we're locked in. It's all good to go. I can see. Okay, cool. Kind of reminiscent of Slay the Spire to me. Don't know what that is, but sick. I just want to make sure I have these cards right. These are your actions specific to each character that you have. So I just want to make sure. I think these are all the actions for Cragheart, because there's 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, am I literally stupid? Here's the monster cards. These are the modifiers, if I so choose to use them, because I'm a little baby boy. Because it's too hard for me. Yeah, I think I shuffled all these together like a freaking idiot. The monster cards. Oh, card video game. Deck builder. I guess you'll see. It's not quite a deck builder. You kind of have a set hand for everything. Okay, this makes more sense. So these are the attack cards. And I don't really need those since I just have one person. These are the modifiers. When I start getting to new levels, I'm sure there'll be some shit that I fuck up on. But I try to be so meticulous with, yeah, this is level 2, level 3, level 4, and level 5 for the green character. This is making more sense now. I promise I'm going to get into the game. I'm just kind of wrapping my head around the workflow. These are the modifiers for when you get to that level. Okay. All right. I got it. So I don't need basically any of these modifiers. It's like a card video game. Yes, it is like a card video game. Sorry, I read that and now I'm like interpreting it differently. It is literally a video game, but you are like administrating everything yourself rather than a monster jumping at you. You roll to see how much the monster hits you and all that shit. Okay. So I'm probably not gonna use, because I'm not gonna get to level 2 or anything. All right, it's time to begin the game. This is the deck of all the rooms, but we start at the top. And here we go. I'm gonna read this card. I'll put this here. By the way, I think it's also super neat that you're showing off non-music stuff. Good reminder yourself that you don't have to be on the music grind. Yes, 100%. I was burnt out for a little bit, and I think something for me that has really helped me get back into it is fall in love with other kinds of art. And it sounds stupid, but just seeing other people be creative and uncompromising in a different form of art and really express themselves through their own form of art is very inspiring to me. And I see that in board games too, because it is creative. Making a decision, that's what to me, the definition of being creative is making decisions. You don't even have to be on a computer or hold an instrument and be making decisions for how a song is going to be made. And you would be the producer because you made each decision to get to the next one and how everything was crafted. And that's what you do in games, in board games, in video games, in any type of game. And along with that, with board games, video games, is that there's a lot of art to it. The art is a huge part of it, and the theme, and how everything interplays with itself, and the storytelling. And that's what art is. That's what being creative is just telling a story. And it's really fun sort of transporting yourself into someone else's story. And just kind of, it's a form of escapism, just having fun with something else, really getting out of your own mind and then going back into your own world. It's been really cool for me. So again, for this game, I have chosen to be Cragheart. Does it say anything about Cragheart? The Cragheart is a whirlwind of destruction. They channel the raw power of the earth and use their fists and the terrain as weapons, making use of obstacles to cause extra damage. Let's fucking go. Cragheart, my guy. All right, and I also need to get these ready on the side, and it tells me what cards to get here, which would be Kinetic Assault, Dirt Tornado, Explosive Punch, and Rock Slide are my first attack cards there. All right, I'm officially starting the game. Here we go. Begin Gloomhaven, Buttons and Bugs. We start with this card. It says, that shrinking feeling. What a time for I was thinking it would be cool to have a thing where I could really zoom in on it. Maybe I'll just fucking do this. Hell yeah. That's real interactive type shit. That shrinking feeling. What a time for Gloomhaven. First, a black tornado from the void nearly destroyed the city. Then there were reports of the very essence of corruption trying to end everything. But all's well that ends well. And at the center of both events, hail, a mysterious Esther, no idea what the fuck that means, who lives in a derelict tavern, don't have any idea what that means either. The Crooked Bone. It is said she can turn anyone into a hero, exactly what you would want to be. Sure, you don't have a lot of training, but put in front of the right adventure, you get the acclaim that is due to you. So with that bold purpose, you step across the threshold of the Crooked Bone and... No, that's not right. Everything is growing. Why is the doorway so large? Why are you so small? Is this some sort of... Esther enchantment? You've been shrunk. All right, the narrative has begun. I'm a small man. Here I am. What's up, guys? I'm fucking crack hard in this bitch. We're gonna fucking kill some shit. So here I go. Play scenario 1. So that is technically like the first dungeon. I'll put that out of the way because you don't need to see it. Here it goes. Here's scenario 1. And this is where the game really kind of begins. A rude welcome. Got some fancy gear there. You whirl around, taking in your familiar yet unfamiliar surroundings. Remember, I'm a tiny little guy right now, guys. That's why I like this game, because I'm a tiny little guy. Your attention settles on a scruffy character behind you, luckily on par with your diminutive stature. Nice and shiny, like it's never been used. Hand it all over and I'll let you live. Well, that simply won't do. We're gonna have to kill this motherfucker. Doesn't say that. Your gear is unused, but there's really only one solution for that. Here we go. We turn the card over, and we see the monsters that we are served, and the goal is to defeat all the monsters. So we turn it over, and here is the dungeon room that we need to escape. And you start with the little white there. The monsters are depicted as these little squares. So we got, Jesus Christ. The first monster is this green. The second monster is this blue. It would be great if I had a camera angle that was a little bit more, oh yeah, that I think is the fucking vibe. Yes, sir. I might take a second, a little intermission to set this up a little bit nicer. I don't know. I like the angle. What do we think, guys? The angle helps, really gives the impression that we're 3D in this bitch. You know what I'm saying? I could just put the camera down. I'm gonna stick with the top down for now. I think that's the best bet. And for anyone following along, you obviously know that this is, a board game. Am I a fucking idiot? Come on, where did I have it? There we go, something like that. There we go, all right. And I might get it closer as well as time goes on. Here's my character, here's my HP, here's my attack stuff, here's my hand. Here is the dungeon we gotta go through. And it said, what were the monsters? Bandit Guard. The monsters we are destroying, or we're trying to fuck up, is the Bandit Guard. So I'm going to find the Bandit Guard. And since there's 2 of them, it's just the one. All right, and the Bandit Guard is going to be placed, I assume, it's going to be placed in, wait a second, does it go here? No, it's supposed to be the plus minus. It's this thing. That's for the modifier. There we go. I was like, that does not look right. I have no idea what that is, but I Alright, so we're going against the bandit guards in this little fucking chamber of secrets, whatever you want to call it. And they each have their own health. So there's a blue guy and there's a green guy. We can see there's a blue bandit and there's a green bandit. And since there are two of them, they got 2 health. I'm going to put it like this. Hopefully that kind of makes it. I'm always wondering, like, visually, because, like, I'm attacking them, you know what I'm saying? So here we go. Maybe this will make sense. Here we go. I'm in the dungeon, and these bitches are fighting. Boom. Boom, boom, pow. That's my modifiers. Okay. I'm there. This is like the board game. This is the board. You know what I'm saying? And these are the monsters. So we have the green and the blue. Okay. And then we fucking get going. And it's going to be a little bit confusing at first. I have the directions in front of me. So that'll help me, of course. But so this is what we start. We're going to start by setting everyone's HP to where it should be. I'm at a level 1. So I'm going to be at 12 HP here. It's going to tell you what monsters to use. And so we know we're using the bandit guard. And then we're going to set their HP. So we can see that the bandit guard's HP is 8 because it's got the little 8 health on the card. So I'm going to move both of their health to 8. There we have it. All right, these are my level 1 abilities that I can use, and this is my hand that I can play. All right, here we go. It's time to jump in. So I'm going to start by playing 2 cards from my hand, and now since I'm not super experienced, I'm going to sort of just play stuff at random and just sort of play. So I'm going to play these 2, and you could use the top of one. I'm going to use a simpler looking one. Use the top of one and the bottom of another to attack. Get some room out of here for this. So you can choose the top of one and the bottom of another, and you use those actions over the top of one and the bottom of another, like that. Okay. I'm going to choose my initiative number, which means what turn I'm going to go in. Whoever has the lowest number goes first between the monsters and I. So I'm going to choose 19 as my initiative number. Their initiative numbers are right there. So I'm going to get lowest because there's our 30, 50, and 70. Let me get this a little bit closer. Get a full spread in this joint. All right, that looks pretty good. Wish I could put something cute right there. All right, now I'm going to roll to see what the monster's initiative is. So we roll this dice. And it's a 0, so I'm going to keep it right here. If it was a minus, I'll put a minus there. If it was a plus, put a plus there. But I got a 0. So modifier is normal. Lowest initiative goes first. Since they had 50 and I'm choosing 19, I go first, bitch. Let's hit it. All right, I'm going to play the top action of one card and the bottom action of another. So this one, it is, man, I do want to get this a little bit closer. Is it just like not, whatever. It is what it is. I think it would be cleaner. I have it out like on a diagonal, so that's probably a big reason for it. So I'm going to do this and then this. I'm going to move 1, and then I can attack 3. Now I'm trying to get as close to this bitch as possible, and if I move 1, this green is the green right there is an obstacle. So I can't go through that. And 1 is not very close. Maybe, I think I'm going to start this with this one. No, I think you have to start with the top one. I didn't pick very good cards to start with. I'm an idiot. But alas, we're just gonna play the fucking game. I hate myself. Could I have played something else to move closer? I mean, am I that stupid? Whatever. Alright, I'm gonna move 1. I can attack 3. Wait, is this move 1 or attack 3? No, I think it's both. Move 1 and attack 3. That wouldn't make sense if it was either or. Move 1 and attack 3. Now he's too far away. I can't attack him. He's too far away. And then I can move 3. You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna not do any of this. This makes no sense to me. But I have to. Wait. I can't get any closer to it. Alright, I'm just gonna end up dying in this first game. Move 1, attack 3. I literally cannot attack 3. I just can't. And then I can move 3. And I guess I'll get close to it. 1, 2. You can move up to 3. So I'm going to move 2 right there. All right. I can't attack. I tried to attack, but that was on that. And now here I am right there. So I don't think I can do that. I'm going to look that up later, but I'm pretty sure I'm fucking something up right now. Roll for damage, but I can't because I tried to do damage before and now I can't. Track damage on the HP counter. Move the white cube immediately after damage. Didn't even damage. If the card has an active one, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So, they don't have active bonuses, so I just put them back in my hand. I turn them over, and now they're on their B side, which is a second little thing there. And that's it. Now it's the monster's turn. And they go in numerical order from the numbers on there. So the green one goes first, and the blue one. And it just performs the abilities under here. So it's going to move 1, and it's going to attack with 2. So I guess since it has to move closest to me, it's just going to stay there, actually. It doesn't need to move. And it attacks twice. Deal damage. So I don't have any defense or anything on me. So its attack is 2. So there we go. I just lost 2 right there, like a freaking loser. Now I'm at 10. That sucks. And then it's this guy's turn. And he just does whatever is on that. So it's going to move 1 and attack 2. It can only move 1 because it's not close enough to attack. And it has to move the closest route to get to you, which you can kind of, I'm going to assume it's this way. All right, lit. Okay, so that was a really boring round. Nothing happened. So now we go again. I'm going to play 2 cards, and I'm going to kill this motherfucker now. So here we go. I'm going to do an explosive punch on 1, and I'm going to do whatever. I'm just kind of playing stuff because I don't know what I'm doing. So I'm going to play these 2 cards. So I play these 2 cards. I'm going to choose my initiative number. I'm going to choose 28. And then I'm going to roll for the monster's initiative. The monster got a plus, which means it's a little bit stronger this turn. Now the lowest initiative goes first. Oops. All my monsters are exploding. I dropped my cards on the ground. My bad, yo. Alright, since I have 28 and it has 70, I go first. And I play the top action of 1 and the bottom action of another, and it could be either one goes first. Which meant I could have moved the other one first, but I don't want to go back. That's fine. So I'm probably going to attack first. So I'm going to do this and then that. Alright, this says attack 3 and add +1 if the target is adjacent to an obstacle. And it is. It's next to all those obstacles. So, and it also says target 1 enemy within 3 hexes if you are, target 1 enemy within 3 hexes if you are adjacent to an obstacle. Which, yes, I can do that if I needed All right, so this gets 4 since it's next to an adjacent, but it does have a shield of 1. So I'm going to attack, and I'm going to attack the green one, and it loses 3 health. 7, 6, 5. All right, so wait. Oh, no. I'm supposed to roll for damage. Fuck, I should have done that. Sorry, on top of that, I have to roll for damage. So let's see. All right, so it's just the same fucking thing. So it would be 3 plus 1, so this is next to an adjacent, which would be 4, but it has a shield, so it's down to 3. So he loses 3. 8. So now it's 7, 6, 5. Track the damage. Move the white cube immediately after damage. So when I do my next attack, it'll be that. Now if now I do this. Target all adjacent enemies. So I get to move 2 and then target all adjacent enemies to put that on them. So now this enemy has that quality, which I forgot what that quality means. The quality is immobilized, cannot remove. So that bitch cannot move. I'm actually gonna put it, I'll put it on him, whatever. That's just my little, this is a little cheat sheet to remember what you're doing. All right. So I just attacked. I immobilized him, and I get to move 2. I'm not gonna move. Actually, I will move 2. 1, 2, because it'll be a little bit farther away from the green. All right. Now, since this is an A, I put it back in my hand, and since this is a B, it is discarded. So I put it over here, which you can't see, but it's a. I'll move it a little bit. It's in the discard pile right there. I want to make sure I didn't fuck that up because there was no. Okay, cool. Now it's the monster's turn. And I already rolled for its attacks, for its movement, and it's this one. So it's gonna move 2 and attack 2. Now the green, if you remember, is immobilized and it can't move. It can still attack, but it can't move. So it's not gonna move. It would attack 2, but it's not adjacent to me. So it literally just cannot attack me. That fucking bitch. So we're doing good. Now it's gonna be the blue guy's turn. I want to make sure I'm doing this right. Okay, it's the blue guy's turn, and then they go through this. Move 2 and attack 2. So they're going to move 2 toward me. They're inching closer to try and kill me. And they're going to attack 2, but I'm too far away, bitch. You can't hit me. All right, cool. So I went, and the 2 monsters went. There's no bonuses, nothing like that. So here we go. We're going to keep it running next round. So I only have 3 cards in my hand. I might need to rest soon so I can get more cards out of my discard pile, but I'm still an idiot. Don't really know if that's helpful or when it's good, but whatever. So I'm going to play 2 cards from my hand. I'm just going to play Rock Slide, and I'm going to play Rumbling Advance. Maybe I'll put the health down here, and I'll put the 2 healths down here, because it's like me versus them. You know what I'm saying? Okay. This is still on A. All right, so these are the 2 fucking guys I'm playing, the attack cards that I'm playing. I'm going to choose my initiative number, the lowest number, of course. I'm going to choose 29, and I'm going to roll for the monster's initiative. And it got just the nothing, the O section. So its initiative is 50. 29 is lower than 50, so I get to go first. And here we go. So I get to play the top of one and the bottom of the other. So I'm trying to kill this guy. I did move away. I can use this though. Choose an obstacle. and the target choose an obstacle within 3 spaces. Target all enemies adjacent to the chosen obstacle. That's kind of lit. I'm gonna do that. Boom. So I'm gonna use this card. I need to roll for damage. Oh fuck, where was this guy? I think right here. No, I gotta fucking watch out with what I'm doing. I don't remember where he was. I could probably look on the playback and see. He was right here. Okay. Okay, so I'm on the minus. So I get a -1 attack. That sucks. Target all enemies adjacent to the chosen obstacle. So he gets hurt 2 because I had a -1. And he also has a shield. So he only gets hurt once. This also gets taken off because it's the end of the turn. That sucks. What a waste of a turn. And since I did the top one here, now I'm going to do the bottom one here. So I'm going to move up to 2 and then attack 2. Got to move that immediately after damage. Move up to 2 and then attack 2. I'm going to move just right here. And then I'm going to attack 2. I'm going to roll for damage for a modifier. Hopefully I don't get a minus. And I got a minus. Awesome. So I do no attack. That's fucking awesome. I'm going to lose this first game ever of playing this game. Alright, now it's the monster's turn, and it's just going to go through this. It's going to move 1 and attack 2. It doesn't need to move. It can just attack me right off the bat. So it's going to attack me for 2. Oh, I got to put these back in my hand. B gets discarded, and A turns over into my hand. It attacks me for 2. So now I'm at 8. Poopy. And the blue guy can also move and attack for 2. It's going to move, but it is not close enough to attack me. Alright, that is... We both took our turns. Oh, you know what? I need to make sure... Yeah, none of those had a little thing. Alright, here we go. We're going to keep it rocking. I'm going to play 2 cards. I only have 2 cards. Now, if I lose all my cards, I lose the game. But if I rest, short rest at the end of a... oops, I wrote this down wrong. Short rest at the end of a round. Short rest. Oh, at the end of a round. I didn't write that right. I wrote my own rules because I'm a loser. At the end of a round, return all cards from your discard pile to your hand, flip them, blah, 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 and you also lose 1 HP, or you could do a long rest, you forfeit your turn. Your initiative is 99, return all cards from your discard, and actually I don't think you forfeit your turn. Sorry guys, let me look at the rules here. Just need to look for the rest. I could also negate damage if I wanted to. Long rest. Return all cards from discard pile to your hand. You also recover. Oh, you don't forfeit your turn. You just lose. So what's the difference between short rest and long rest? Short rest at the you can perform a short rest at the end of a round. When you do, return all cards from your discard pile to your hand and flip them to your A. Then you lose 1 card at random. If you want to, you can suffer 1 damage. So that seems pretty lit. Instead of choosing 2 cards, you can declare you'll take your turn at initiative 99. Turn on and lose 1 card of your choice, and you heal. So you basically you heal, and you have to have initiative 99. I'm gonna change that in my little shorthand thing. Okay. You may rescue from your discard pile at the end of a round, and when do I I do long rest? I'm so silly, guys. What is wrong with me? Instead of choosing 2 cards for the round, you can declare a long rest. Playing your 2 cards. Okay. So I'm just gonna do long rest, I think. So instead of playing your 2 cards, your initiative is 99, return all cards from your discard. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm gonna play like normal. Okay, so I'm gonna play these 2 cards. That's all I have. And I can do the top of one and the bottom of another. There's a lot of symbols on there, and it's kind of scaring me. Those are in my discard, so I don't think they count. Hey, Scro, did you work with Julia on the song other than your appearance in music? Yeah, I produced that song for Julia. I produced all of her music. The album that's coming out, I produced the whole thing, and we produced it in this room. Yeah, I'm posting a production video on how I produced in my room. I don't know if it's next week or the week after that. It's already edited and everything. I just gotta wait for some other weird shit to go through. But yeah, that was a fun one. I think that started off with a song that she wrote and then I produced over it. I don't know if we like wrote it together in that way, but yeah. All right. So this one, I think this means I can. Yeah, this is a range effect. But I don't want to do a range attack because they're right next to me, unless I want to attack him, which could be kind of lit. If I use that, what's a question mark? I don't know what the question mark means on there. One attack to a range of up to 2, question mark. I gotta figure out what that is. Sorry, y'all. What is the question mark symbol? It's invigorating stuff, y'all. An ability with a target specifies if only a number is given. An ability with a target specifies the target or targets affected. If only a number is given, you can target up to that many enemies within that ability's range. That doesn't really help. I wish I had Jennifer's body. Alright, I gotta Google this one. Sorry, y'all. Like I said, it's my first time playing. Tornado, Gloomhaven, question mark. Sweet, I've been loving her and your music for a while and was happy when I started getting in my room TikToks after discovering Cover Weekly fed me the song. That's awesome, dude. Yeah, she's on tour right now. I think tonight is her last. I think tonight is her last show opening for Artemis, and yeah, I can't really say much more about what's in the future, but she does have her album coming out at the end of the month that I produced the whole thing. So that is cool. Sorry, I'm trying to find. What the fuck does this mean? This question mark. I know this means that you add up to that. But what is the question mark? Alright, we're going ChatGPT. It always has the answers for board games for some reason. In Gloomhaven, buttons and bugs. The ability card Dirt Tornado question mark in it next to the attack number, attack amount. What does that mean? And I hope to see you live again. Where do you live, man? I could tell you maybe the next time you might see me. The gray diamond indicates target all enemies within range. Oh, rather than just targeting like one enemy. So it says attack 1, range 2. It means you perform an attack 1 against each enemy. So any enemy within that range is fair game to get fucking blasted. Exactly. Thank you, ChatGPT. You really saved us on that one. I remember you were standing behind me talking to your musician fan when I got to the venue. Ah, that's funny. Very excited to hear the album. Her voice is angelic, and your production is always unique. I live in northern Nevada, Reno, Tahoe. I'm pretty close to Sac. First of all, come up and say hi. It's like literally my favorite thing. It's every artist's favorite thing to come up to a show. Yeah, for someone to come up to you at a show, it's like, to me, sometimes I don't know if the people there really know who I am. And when they come up to me afterwards, I'm like, okay, these people actually know who I am. And I always am excited. So please come up. Sacramento. There might be something in Northern California. Don't know. For me, not Julia. Might be something for me. I don't know. There's talks of some things, but who can know? All right. Anyways, here I go. Back to... Sorry, please ask questions, by the way. Like, I'm just figuring this game out, kind of like testing a little stream just for funsies. And this is kind of weird. I'm not doing music, but... All right, so I can attack anyone within a range of 3. I can attack them. Ooh, well then I should do this. Anyone within a range of 3, I do 3 damage. So I'm 1,000,000% gonna do that. This goes down here, by the way. Okay, here we go. I'm also not gonna fucking roll it like crazy because it's gonna hit everything. I'll be sure to say hi. Dude, that'd be awesome. All right, I'm gonna roll for damage. All right, so it's just gonna be the same since I got a 0. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna hit them both with 3, but they do have a defensive 1, so it hits them both of 2. This guy is down to 2. He's getting closer to getting fucking obliterated. There we go. This damage counter moves. Oops, right there. Or the modifier moves. Now this goes in the discard pile, and this one goes into my hand. Flipped to the B. No, that one, yeah, there's no active. Thoughts on Braden Ross? He's awesome. Super sick. We've been homies for a little bit. I think we were talking about making a song once, but I don't know, it just never happened. But he's super talented. He's got a really dedicated fan base. Super creative, phenomenal voice, good producer, good guitar player. What is there not to fall in love with? All right, here we go. So now it's going to be the monster's turn. They're going to go the green one first and then the blue one. So the green one is going to move 1 and then attack twice. It doesn't need to move. It's already fucking touching me. So it's going to hit me with 2. Now I'm down to 6 there. And then this one's going to move once. Attack twice. Now that is an obstacle, so it can't go there. And it's not in range. I'm getting kind of fucked here, y'all. Okay. That's all good. So, I cannot play 2 cards. So I need to rest. So, I am going to short rest. So at the end of the round, I'm going to return all the cards from discard pile to your hand, flip them to their A side. So now all these are back in my hand, and I lose 1 card at random. So here we go. I'm gonna randomly do this, and Oh, I lose my avalanche, which was on the B, which isn't a huge deal, honestly, because it was a B. It was about to be lost anyways, and that was my rest. Cool. That's weird that I don't like have to stop the game or anything. I can just rest and then just fucking keep going. There are two ways to rest, and both allow you to retrieve. You can rest only if you have at least 2 cards in your hand and or discard pile. Make sure. Okay, you can perform a short rest at the end of a round. When you do, return all cards, then you lose 1 card if you. I guess that's it. I'm gonna say this. Play as normal after you rest. You do not forfeit your turn. Okay, interesting. It feels weird in the game to just rest and be like, yeah, I can just keep going. But I did lose a card, so I guess there's that. Okay, I need to kill these motherfuckers. I'm going to definitely use Rock Slide on that. And what does this mean? I'll probably... Maybe if I use this, it would be stronger, because then he would die. They're both gonna die anyways if I use this 3. So... No, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna play Explosive Punch, and I'm gonna play Rock Slide. Do you have any other creative hobbies outside of anything musical? Creative hobbies, I like keyboards. That's kind of creative. And I like playing board games, which to me is creative because it's making decisions and it's being in a part of a world. But not really. I don't draw making videos is really creative. You know, YouTube content, all that stuff. I don't draw or like act or dance or anything like that. I also rock climb. I'm like quintessential millennial autistic nerd hobby starter pack. You know, like I rock climb. I'm really into board games. I'm really into like anime and that stuff. Like I try to get away from it, but it's just who I am, you know. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna start with when I play the cards. I'm going to choose 28 as my initiative. I'm going to roll for his initiative. -1. Fuck you. Oh, but it has defense. If it goes first, though, I think for that round. Let me make sure. Consider if you have any active bonuses, cards in your special. I'm going to go to this special rule about the shield that I always forget about, even though it's my first time playing. How am I saying? Always. Shields under the white cubes are only active once monster has taken its turn. Okay, so that doesn't count. Lit. Okay. So now I'm going to start with add +1 to all your attacks this round. So that is going to be in the active part because that's going to happen for the whole thing. I'm going to make sure I know that it's the active bonuses. That's to the end of the round. Okay. Sorry. So I get +1 on all my attacks, and I'm going to use Explosive Punch. This is going to be extremely lit. Target 1 enemy within 3 hexes if you are adjacent to an obstacle. I am going to choose. Wait a second. I don't want to do this. Oh, I was supposed to use the other one. Whoops. I'm going to do this one. What's up, Christopher? Keyboards are sick. I have a 96. Thanks, man. I'm glad you like the music. I have, I don't use a mechanical keyboard anymore because I just got a Mac and I just use the butterfly keys one. But I do want to set up eventually where I can, because I have a streaming computer and I have a my actual like computer, but they are just laptops, and I have a really small desk. It's this desk, and I just have them like one in front of each other. You know what I'm saying? So I can't really have more stuff. So once I get a bigger table, maybe a bigger place, like I'll have the monitors and I'll use the keyboards because I love my mechanical keyboards. I have 4. That was one of my main hobbies before I got into back into music. Super lit. Okay, here we go. Choose an obstacle within 3, which is going to be that one. Target all enemies adjacent to the chosen obstacle, and they are going to get hit with 3. So here we go. I'm going to roll for damage. Alright, so that's going to be normal. So they're each going to get hit with 3. They do have the defensive 1, so they're each going to get hit with 2. This guy is fucking dead, you bandit bitch. Get the fuck out of here. And this guy is also going to get hit with 2. So he is on 4. Alright, we still need to kill this guy. It's their turn. They're going to move to an attack for 1. So they're going to move to me right there, and they're just going to attack me for 1. Skirt. Alright, these get turned over to B, back to my hand. You're a lot more chill than I thought. What did you think? I do have this theory on the more complex and crazy the music is, the people that make it are usually really chill. Because to make complex music, you need to have a good head on your shoulders. And usually those people are very down to earth and level-headed and sort of calculated with what they do. And when it comes to more like crazy, energetic people, you know, the music might sound energetic, but it's actually like very simple to make, you know. It's like, I don't know. I've been workshopping that weird worldview I had. Have you heard the new Flawed Mangoes album? Oh, the shoegaze thing? I haven't heard it. I think it's cool. I'm sure it's doing really well. I'm sure people really like it. It's hard for me to like, you know, I know everyone is on the shoegaze wave now, including like myself and everyone. So I don't know. I'm just wanting to hear something different, something a little different. It's really good though. Like the music itself is good. Do you like it? I was supposed to have a session with him recently, but I haven't I just heard the clips online. I'm ready. That being said, my next album is a lot of shoegaze stuff, so whatever. Alright. I think it already attacked. So that is that. Okay. Here we go. We are going to play 2 cards from my hand. Sorry, I'm always just like looking at what to do in the rules. And I need to kill this bitch. Ooh, I have this, so this could be good. I'm definitely gonna play this, and this seems like a good combo. I'm gonna use the Crater and Kinetic Assault. Any shows, movies, or live streams you enjoy watching? I do not watch live streams at all. This game is called Gloomhaven, Buttons and Bugs, and it's a solo board game. This is my board, and I'm moving my pieces to kill the people. I've been watching Black Mirror, and I've been watching The Rehearsal, the Nathan Fielder thing. I don't really watch movies or shows, so yeah. How many songs you make in the same genre? Yeah, I mean, it's just like when pop punk was really big, you know, everything started sounding the same. And I think it's just begun, honestly, with Julia being a big factor. Obviously, I produce all her stuff, so it's kind of because of me. But you know, it gets watered down, and then the next new genre comes out of that. So I've been really into this, like you could call it mathcore. I've been calling it like chaotic core, where it's these bands: Soul Keeper, From Joy, is it Falling with Knives or Falling with Scissors? Frontier, insane music. I'm really liking that when it comes to band music, at least like guitar music. Okay, place my cards. I'm gonna choose 19 as my initiative, and I'm gonna roll for his initiative, the Bandit Guard's initiatives. It's got a plus. Boom. There we go. Initiative of 70, so I go first. I'm going to play this. So this is a ranged attack of 3, which means I roll at disadvantage, which means I get the worst of whatever is in my hand. So that sucks because I'm right next to him. Oh wait, can I move 3? No. But I also have this grass element. So after I hit him, it pushes him away too. So that's pretty cool. So here we go. Since he's adjacent, I'll have to check it out. I heard of those bands. Yeah, they're insane. Soul Keeper specifically is the one I've been listening to since they put out that EP 2 years ago. I probably listen to it once or twice a week. All right, I'm gonna roll for damage, and I gotta roll twice and take the worst. So minus, I'm obviously just gonna end up taking the minus. 2 minuses, awesome. So it would do 3 usually, but I have a -1 and it also has a shield of 1, so it only does 1. God damn it. It's not looking good, folks. Alright, and then I'm gonna play this ability where it's called Retaliate, and the attackers suffer 2 damage within a range of 3. Actually, let me look at that really quick. Card. Bottom. As long as it's within a range of 3. Yes. If an enemy within 3, yeah, it suffers damage. Okay, sick. So I'm going to keep that here so I can remember that. And this is now in the discard pile. Let's go here. All right. What's your favorite band? I guess I'll say Soul Keeper. Like my favorite band. Plenty other great bands. Like, I mean, if we want to go like when I was growing up, you know, there's like Linkin Park, Bring Me the Horizon, those kind of bands. Okay, so I rolled for damage, so that's here. It's now the monster's turn. It gets to move 2, and it gets to attack 2, so it's right next to me. It attacks me at 2, but I get to attack it back at 2, and the Bandit Guard is now at 1 HP versus my 3 HP. We're getting down to the wire, folks. Now, you might notice, this goes back to my hand at B. Wait, yeah. So I still have 2 cards in my hand, so I'm still pretty good to go. Yeah, that's not important. It's just this. I'm just looking at the fucking rules again. Okay, so I'm gonna choose my 2 cards. These are the only 2 cards I have. So here we go. I'm gonna roll. I'm gonna choose my initiative, 29. I'm gonna roll for the bandit's initiative. Gets the plus. All right, so I go first, but it kind of is extra saucy right now. Okay, so yo, I have the merch. Your merch. I got a hoodie. Hell yeah. Soul Keeper. Yeah, they're insane, dude. So I'm gonna see which one of these do I want to do. I could heal myself for 3, but then I would 100% die. Monday by Quadeca Nice. I do like Quadeca. It took me a while to get into. I didn't really get it for a while. Because he had the, you know, the collab with Breakins that I really liked, and I tried to listen to the rest of his music, and I was like, I just don't get it, but I kind of get it now. It's pretty cool. All right, I'm honestly just going to start with this one. I'm just going to do this simple attack. Oh, but I do have to roll. I have to roll for damage. And if I get a bad roll, I don't play D&D. I do watch people play D&D, like on YouTube. It could be fun for me to get into, but I don't know why. It seems like I really want to. That just feels like it would be fun, but every time I think about like the logistics of doing it, I'm like, I don't think I want to actually do that. It's Bandcamp week. Totally buy your boy stuff. Hit me up on the Bandcamp, or I think you can donate in the chat too, if you'd like. Okay, I'm scared. The next time an enemy enters a hex within 2, it suffers 3. I think that would make me win automatically. Also, what is this? Advantage on all attacks. Remove at the end of next turn. So I'll probably do that. The next time an enemy enters a hex within 2, it suffers 3 damage. Now I don't know if that counts for the defense. I gotta look that up. For the card Rock Tunnel, it says the enemy suffers 3 damage. This isn't combat, so does that take into account its defense? One enemy within range. This means no attack enemy defense is not applied. Okay, lit. It's incredibly complicated and long. I don't remember. I'm gonna try it multiple times. It's hilarious. Yeah, it seems fun, like if you're with your friends, but it seems like super time consuming as well. I could see myself ending up doing it though, because like I'm obviously really into board games and stuff like this, and I go to this board game place not too far away from me, and they have like D&D rooms. It's just part of the culture that people end up playing that, you know, so I'm sure I'll end up playing it. Okay, so I'm going to do this. I'm going to put this little chit back in here, as it's called, the chits. So I have a strength condition on me, which means I get advantage on all attacks, and the next time an enemy enters a hex, no, it says enters a hex though, hold on. Rock Tunnel says the next time an enemy enters a hex within. What if it's already in a hex within range? Does that count? Because it didn't technically enter. The character sheets take at least a week if you're going for lore and fun, but a series only takes a few weeks. Yeah, I mean, I could see. It does not trigger the effect. Okay, so never mind. I'm not going to fucking play this because I don't know the rule. And if it doesn't trigger the effect, then fuck it. I think I'm just going... The other thing, though, is that it does let me attack with advantage. And then I can do 2. Or I can do 2 and then just run away 2. Which would not be good. Because then I would lose 1 there, and he would attack me 2, and then I would die. So I should probably attack 2, and then try to attack 2 again. Just do the basic. Attack 2, attack there. And what is it? When you use the basic, You can do a basic version, in which case you ignore any action icons in the corner. Okay. Because I can just attack 2 and attack 2, or I can attack 2 with advantage. I think I'm gonna try to just attack 2 and attack 2. So here I go. I'm gonna hit Rock Tunnel, and I'm gonna hit Rumbling Advance. So I'm gonna roll for damage, and I got a plus. Let's go. So that turns into 3, minus into 2, 0. Oh my god. I was so close to losing, guys. The Bandit Guard is fucking dead. We got through the first scenario. That is what I'm talking about. Huge W in the chat. Can we? Just kidding, maybe. Alright, that was lit. We are going to go on to the next scenario, the next room. I'll probably end at 10 no matter what, though. 10 my time. Okay, the Bandit Guard has been defeated. Scenario is over. So now we read what we win for beating this scenario, beating this room. Well, your gear certainly isn't shiny anymore, and it wasn't even particularly fancy to begin with. Come to think of it, got the job done at least, but your situation is quite dire. You'll need to survive long enough to find out how to restore yourself to original size. But for now, you need to deal with the vermling that just appeared. Okay, I gotta deal with the vermling. And now I need to read the Collector, which is the next card in the series, I guess you could say. Cool. So I got through the first one. Let's freaking go. Oh, and I get to. There's an item on here. There's an item on each of these that I can choose to equip at the beginning of every turn now as well. These over here. All right, let's see what the Collector says. Took out the scavengers, I see. The vermling offers. You're not the first to barge in on hail and get this less than ideal result. We've all been there. Some of us have realized the need to work together if we are to make the best of this. I assume you'd like to be big again. You nod. Because I'm a tiny little man. This is me. And I have a proposal for you. During my time here, I have collected things that may be useful. You may borrow them, and in exchange, I will accompany you, so I may expand my collection. I can also tell you that your best hope for escape is getting into the Crooked Bone and taking the issue up with Hale. Unfortunately, you look behind you to see the front door firmly closed. Yeah, the only way in is through Button's Kingdom. Across the road. Come on. Oh man. I can now equip items during scenario setup. Okay, and this is an item. And so I have 4 items I have a possibility of equipping. So I'm just gonna have that in my inventory, ready to equip whenever I want. Type shit. All right, then we go to scenario 2. Here we go. Crossing the road. Oh, I'm gonna start at the top of this. Let me also, choose a scenario card, do what it says. Okay, we're gonna, yeah. You can get into a window in the Crooked Bone by ziplining across the Grumbling Garalev, the Collector says. They point to another derelict tavern in front of you, otherwise known as Button Kingdom. The Collector hesitates, gesturing to a small crowd of bandits on the cobblestone street, blocking your path. All right, and the monsters we have now are the Bandit Guard and the Bandit Archer. So we have 2 different monsters now to destroy, which are the Bandit Guard and the motherfucking where is it? Where's the bandit? Oh, there's backs. I'm a stinky little boy. Bandit archer. Alright. We got 2 of them now. They look pretty cool though. Oh. It's a bandit archer we're up against. No defense. So that's good. And again, another bandit guard. We have to destroy both of them. Alright. So we're going to get the modifier cubes on there. We're going to set the bandit archer there. We're going to set the bandit guard there. Oh shit, we have 3? Fucking fuck. Okay. We have 3 monsters to try and die. And it looks like, I'm confused though. Bandit guard. Bandit archer. I assume, yeah. Okay. This is getting pretty intense pretty quick. So we need another bandit archer on the map. Somewhere in here. Oh, I think we don't need 2 of the actual modifier trays because they're the same. They just both take the same turn. Alright, so we have the blue one, the orange one, and the purple one. And the bandit guard, who is the green one, has a health of 8. And the bandit archers have a health of 7. This side. Alright, we're up against 3 motherfuckers in this one. Alright, I'm already getting very confused. And since, wait a second, what level is this? This is a level 1. Okay, so I still have level 1 health, which will be 12. 12. Alright, and I start here. Alright, now before we start, I'm going to equip my items for this entire scenario. Oh, and I also, I'm still level 2, so I don't have level 2 abilities. And there's no special rules here either. So let's look at my items. I can use this, a shrunken weathered boots. Let me read this to make sure about the items. You can hold 1 small item. Okay. So I could hold basically 1 of each. So let's see. A shrunken weathered boots. And during my movement, I can add +1. That's pretty cool. Old spring. During your turn, add a jump to all your movement. That could be super helpful. Jumping means you can jump over obstacles. Venomous Fang. During your attack, add venom to everything. And all attackers gain +1. Prevents healing. Remove when healed. I don't see how that could help. Nice meeting you, man. Catch you next time. Or during my attack, I could exhaust an element to add 1 pierce. one on this one should I do? I'm gonna add this. I'm gonna add the rose thorn knife to my items. And then maybe for this card, I will add. I'm gonna add a jump to all my movement. That sounds about right for me. I just want to make sure. Fucking sriracha here for some reason. For the items, if I have to exhaust an element, when does the element become retreat unexhausted? What is it, refreshed? When you exhaust an element, when you infuse, it goes to strong. At the end of the next round, it wanes to faded. That makes no sense. And using it removes it from the board. It's not available until you... Okay, yeah, you can basically only use it once, but if it's for an item, you must use it when that element is present. Once you do the elements, it immediately move from the element to board and it won't come back, and you need to regenerate again with another ability. Okay. I feel like I'm gonna have to look at the rulebook for this because I don't know if that's quite accurate. I'll look up Gloomhaven buttons and bugs rulebook. Best reviewing on digital platforms. That is me. Oh, this is lit. I gotta save this junk. They scan this whole thing in. That's crazy. Alright, we're gonna look for items. Page 28. Alright, now you guys can't see what I'm doing. Super exciting stuff. I'm heading out soon anyways. Triggers. All items you bring in are replaceable here and can be used as specified in the You can use any as long as, but you can only bring a limited. Yep. Spent icons means that it's spent after use. So it can be recovered next time you perform a long rest. Yep. What about this? During your attack. I'm a little bit confused. You must lose a card as part of resting. Character damage. Let me just look up elements. Add effects. All conditions those depend on. Some actions have an elemental affinity associated with them. Element infusions on your played ability cards. Element infusions on your cards, as well as element infusions on rolled monster actions, are each available to be consumed once each round. Multiple infusions of the same element can be available to be consumed. Multiple infusions. Wait, this makes no sense to me, gang. How do I read things? Element infusions on your cards are each available to be consumed once each round. Okay. Multiple infusions of the same element can be available to be consumed in the same round. So you can just fucking do whatever. An infused element is available as long as it is visible and not being consumed in the current round. An infused element on an ability card is no longer available. Is lost when ability card is flipped. So they become only one instance of an infused element. Even an infused element, this kind of makes no sense to me. An infused element on a rolled monster action. Man, I'm so stupid. I don't know what this is saying. Okay. Sorry, gang. Not super enthralling here. An infused element on a roll is no longer once all monsters type are killed, whatever. I'm gonna assume I can just once per turn, use the fucking thing. Because it says only one instance of infused, it says an infused element is available as long as it is visible. When it's up here. Element infusions on your cards are each available to be consumed once each round. Okay. Like you can't just do a bunch. Multiple infusions. I'm gonna like copy and paste this into ChatGPT. Help me understand this. Let's say Gloomhaven element infused. How many times can you use? Multiple infusions of the same element can be What is infusing? What is infusing an element in? Here, I'm gonna search infuse. Doesn't exist. Great. Oh, I spelled it wrong. Infuse, not infuse. An infused element. What does that mean, gang? In Gloomhaven. Infusion. Some abilities and items have an elemental affinity associated with them. If an ability with one of the elemental symbols is played, it will infuse the battlefield. If an ability with... It will infuse the battlefield with that element. In that case... I need to read that like a billion times. Some abilities and items have an elemental affinity associated with them. If an ability with one of the elemental symbols is played, it will infuse the battlefield with that element at the end of the turn. In the case of infusing any element, the player can select any element to infuse. I'm confused. I'm gonna read this. I think I'm gonna head out, gang. It's 10 o'clock anyways. This was a little test stream. Playing this one-player card game just for funsies. New song on Friday. Hope you dig it. Seems like everyone's been liking it so far. I might do this more often once I kind of get a hang of the game a little bit more. And normal like music streams always, but just kind of doing something silly right now.